Today, I want to specifically talk with the business owners. And I'm speaking with the business owners because you are the visionary. You carry the vision of your organization. You have the ideas. You know what has to happen. Sometimes, however, you are also the bottleneck within your own company because you involve yourself in every single area of the business. And it said that you want to work on your business and not in your business. So if you're working in your business and you're part of that operations, then you have to start to work your way out of that. But I wanted to speak with you briefly because in my trainings and delivering content to leaders, some of the most prominent feedback that I get from those leaders are, that the boss or the CEO, he's the one who needs to be in the training or she's the one who has to get the training. So I want to speak with you business owners. And I understand as a business professional myself, it is sometimes a little bit challenging. And I say a little bit challenging because um, it gets overwhelming at times, and you want to ensure that your business stays on track or aligned with the vision that you have and you have created. One of the most important things that you should be doing is setting up systems and having the right people in the right places. Now, even though you may have the right people in the right places, your systems may be failing. So you have to look at it as a well-rounded, that your company has good synergy where everything works in sync with each other. And setting up your systems is going to be extremely helpful for you to remove yourself out of that environment because most times you hear, oh, well, the boss, he would just tell us what to do verbally for each situation. But are you really documenting, leaving those systems in place, setting up your SOPs, ensuring that your team knows what to do in which situation, ensuring the lines are clear? Some of your organizations also lack an organizational chart, so people don't know who they're reporting to. There are several reporting lines, and those things are very critical for the success of any business. You want to make sure that in the business that you are operating, that you are making sure that your team understands what their role is and ensure that they know that what the plan that has to be executed, ensuring that they're clear on that and ensuring they have the right tools and the right systems to be able to perform. Now, when they are performing, do not step in, right? Lots of time we have that, we call them helicopter parents, where you're always hovering and you're always involved with your children. You don't let them, fail and learn. You want to apply a hands-off approach. When I say hands-off approach, I don't mean to let the team go in a direction that you see that they're failing, but you refuse to help them. But you give them enough authority, to make decisions. You give them enough tools to be able to be equipped to do things in your absence. Because if your business is running based on your presence, then you really can't grow or do anything else. You're just stuck in that position until you find a replacement for you to put that person in that position, so that you can be able to have the time to do more things that are impactful, the things that are more high income, be able to do that, the networking and the people development part and the selling of the vision that you carry. So setting up good systems is one of the things you want to look at to ensure that the team understands the workflow. How should this process go? What should we do in this situation? It's an investment. You can use videos, manuals. I find videos to be an extremely helpful, quick and easy way to help persons within the team to understand how to do certain tasks because you can record them and you save them in a library. So whomever comes and goes, the process is there. If the process changes, then you have someone to manage those SOPs and recordings as well to ensure that they stay updated and relevant. So when things change, then you'll be able to have a refresh or a reset on that as well. So you would not be using outdated information. So setting up your systems is key. That's your framework for making everything flow the way it should. Now, you may have a good system, but you may not have the right people. You have to invest the time to select the right people, be patient to train the right people, and allow them to perform in those roles that you have appointed them in. Sometimes you appoint the role, but you're still involved, very involved in the day-to-day decision of that person in that role. You want to make sure that you give them the authority and you step away. It's difficult to do nothing but step away. They will actually be able to function better without you. And I know you think that the company can't run without you, but if you set the systems and you train the people, you will have a more productive workflow. Just make sure that you're stepping in at every maybe once per week. Some people at the end of the day to check in to see what's happening, but ensure that they are providing the reporting to you so that you are now the one that is just doing the checks and balances, the verifications, the check-ins. And it's not a case where you are burdened or you are overworked by the actual doing of the task, right? Have the team feed you the information or the updates, and then you go ahead and provide that context to you know, to the rest of the team if there are more multiple persons amongst the management. But I wanted to share this a little bit with you because I've been having this feedback reoccurring amongst the teams and the leaders that I've been interacting with. That the leader of the group, the CEO, the owner, the founder, however the company is situated, they are so involved, there's no authority. So what you'll find people start to do is it will just become transaction. Oh, you want me to pick the pen up? I'll pick the pen up. What should I do next? Do you want me to move the book? I'll move the book. So you limit your team's thinking. You don't get sufficient out of them, or you wouldn't get their fullest potential because they're using maybe 20% of their capabilities because you are not allowing them to be able to freely express themselves, to be able to see their strengths and weaknesses, and ensuring also that those persons are in the correct places within your organizations. Sometimes we misplace them so much. You can't have someone who's great at marketing be in your accounting area. You can't have the best salesperson. You can't take him from there and put him onto your production staff, however your organization is set up. So I wanted to quickly provide this information to you so that you will have an awareness of, this is a challenge for your leaders to be able to help them. And it's difficult to not do, but it's always better to step away because that is the time you will be able to multiply those leaders to help them to grow and to help them to develop. So I'll leave you with that. I thank you for staying true and I see you at the next one.